Hello everybody, so today we are back with Poppy from Four Farmers. Last year, no it wasn't last year was it, year before, we did the silage sampling and then we came back and looked at our analysis. When we did it last time we did the core sample, so we drove a spike down through the clamp and took like an inch diameter kind of sample all the way down through. This time what we did a face sample. We took it, when did we take it? End of December, middle of December?
Yeah,
so
16th.
just before Christmas we took it. When you take a face sample, what you do, you go across the whole face of the clamp and you take kind of little handfuls everywhere, mix it all together, and then the sample goes off to the lab. What do we send? I don't know, a kilo or something?
Yeah.
Goes off to the lab.
That.
We didn't get the results back in time for before Christmas, so Poppy comes in once a month, so we're doing it now. So what I'll do, I will take a photograph somehow of this, stick it on the screen so you can get a close-up look, but Poppy's just going to run through all the different things because we don't understand properly what it means. So she's just going to tell us, is it good, bad or indifferent? It smells all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was fermented well. So if you just give us a little bit of waffle about how poor it is.
No, not at all. Well, it's actually analysed better, hasn't it, than the core sample?
The core sample, yes, it came out better than the core sample.
So that was good news. It's come back at 29.5% dry matter, which is bang on where it should be, and you can see that that is a good moisture. The milk, which is the net energy that can actually be utilised by the cow, which is unique to Four Farmers, is 1100, which again, very good. It's above what we've seen on a lot of farms.
What would the range on that be then?
So that would be 1005 to 1150,
right.
So you're
what we are 1100
to 1100,
right?
so yeah, bang on. And then you've got sort of your older values. Your ME is at 11, very good. I've seen quite a lot of poor silage samples this year, so I'd be very pleased with that. Your D value is 68.9, again very good. Crude protein at 14.2, pleased with that?
Yeah,
I'd say.
You want to be around 14 really, don't you, I guess?
Ideally, yeah. I mean, the range for that is 13 to 20. I can safely say I've not seen any 20% this year or last.
What would red clover be? That would be at the top of that.
Yeah, anything with more red and white clover would be close to that. Your sugars at 3.4, so you'd argue that they're not particularly high for the first cut, but they're still within the range.
Yeah, but we were late, weren't we? May
last
year, we were late, and I don't think we had any sun much, did we? But we need the sunshine to get the sugar out, don't we?
Yes, yeah.
And last year we kind of had to cut as soon as it was dry, really, didn't we, to get it off. So.
Well, everyone sort of found that they were cutting later than ideally they would.
So April was dry and cold and nothing grew, did it? It didn't take up the fertiliser that we put on probably March time, maybe early April. So it didn't really grow in April, but when it came to May, it started raining and raining and raining. When did we cut? I think we cut
20th of May.
20th of May, which is kind of getting on a bit really.
A bit later than you'd have wanted to do it ideally. And that is shown in the results really, but I'd say this is a very good sample. A pH of 4, so it's fermented very well within the clamp. You can see it's packed in here nicely, well rolled.
Yeah.
So that's looking really good. Good lactic acid levels. What else have we got on here that you wanted to look at?
We did mention, next page, NH3.
Oh yeah, the NH3 fractions, the ammonia fraction. They've all been quite high this year, and that is going back to what Dan said earlier about the weather. The fertiliser that was put on wasn't that well utilised by the grass, so you've got quite a high percentage at 9 here.
Yeah.
That's across the board, it's not unique to you.
No, it's just a year, isn't it?
Just the year that we've had and the cold weather, and the fertiliser wasn't taken in too well.
Right, is that everything we've covered? So, like I said, I'll try and take some photos of this, and I don't know, we'll work it out somehow.
Yeah.
But one thing that last year or 2 years ago, we were very early in doing this. I think it was October time probably.
Yeah.
Today is getting towards the end of January, and you can see, well, you can't see, but I'll tell you, we are very close to the front of the clamp. Okay, so behind us, we have got about 75 foot of unused silage. Now at this point in January we would be well past halfway down this clamp. So we have got a massive hangover, a massive hangover of grass. There is a little bit, we've got a small clamp to our left, there is a little bit left in there, it's nearly empty, but a big lot in here. That is because we've lost all the TB cows, so we're just not feeding, we're down a third on what was getting eaten. But this year, if there was ever a year to have a hangover of forage, this is going to be it. Because of, I've said it before, the fertiliser prices this year are
scary. They're sort of in the mid £600 at the minute. and
Yeah, for straight nitrogen.
For straight nitrogen, that is, yeah, sort of delivered
Yeah.
January, February.
And so 4 farmers have done some figures on that, and they tell us at that figure, you know.
Yeah, well, if you're basing it on sort of 120 kilos per hectare and working on about 6 tonnes of silage per hectare, you're working it out at about £38 a tonne
Dry matter.
dry matter
Yeah.
for this, and that is still the cheapest
Still the cheapest feed, really.
you
isn't
can
it?
get. So
Yeah.
even at the extortionate prices of the sort of 650 figure, it's still a
Yeah.
good buy.
But the issue for us is, to get that figure, you have to buy a full Arctic
Full
load.
Arctic
A full
load,
Arctic
yeah.
load was at 28 tonnes. Do that at £650 a tonne. What's that? That's
17,000.
17,000-ish
Yeah.
for
It's
a
a lot
full
of
Arctic
money.
load, and we just can't spend it out.
No.
You know, there isn't many folk that can either utilise a full Arctic load and spend out that kind of money. So you know,
You've got to store it well.
yeah,
as
and you've
well
got
at
to
that
keep
price.
it, you know, keep it stored and don't waste it and get your spreader accurate and all that.
Yeah.
So you know, if there was ever a year to have all this hangover, this is it, I reckon. Isn't it?
Yes,
So,
definitely. Yeah. And a nice spring would be good as well.
Yeah. Well, we can't do anything about that.
We're not any fertilizer to bring it early. That's
Well,
Yeah.
no. Well, normally when we spread fertiliser, it doesn't rain. You know, it stays dry then. So that ain't going to happen this year, is it? So,
No, that's true. Yeah.
no. So I think we've covered everything we wanted to. I do want it.
Yeah, I think so.
Right,
I
so-
think of anything else
hang
I
on.
do. Oh God.
We haven't finished yet. Right, so we've got to say thank you to Poppy for allowing us to film and speaking and telling us what all this means, because you know, it's complicated. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Was that actually running then?
Because we had a very wet April, didn't we?
No, April was dry and cold,
Oh, okay.
and then May
I hope you're going to take
started
that
rain.
out.
We'll cut that out.